live in the Gun Hill, from Freeman Street to Prospect Avenue, Fordham Road, Co-op City to Elder Avenue, Valley Park, Eaton Wall to Bronx River, Bronx Deal, Soundview, S-Bar, baby. I'm boogie down like this Choke King, man. We go within the playground.
Hey, everybody in podcast land, welcome. It is time for the Bronx Music Podcast. I'm Gary Axelbank, and we are featuring today. Drum roll. Let's go. We can do the drum roll. We have a very active audience. It is Adrian Read. Nice to have you with us, Adrian. Some
Thank
people
you so
know
much,
him as AR. I'm probably going to call him Adrian. And he brought along with him Arina Martin. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you.
It's nice to meet you.
Thanks for joining us. We're as we do it every month. This is our 16th episode. We do it live at the Artist on City Island, 249 City Island Avenue, and I have just been informed that they are celebrating their 28th anniversary today. Last night they had an event, and it is known and officially known as the best concert venue in the Bronx 2 years in a row. And so DJ Mike is here. Nominated again. You can certainly get online and vote for him. And the Bronx Music, thank you. See, I'm not even touting my own horn because I love everybody else. I love everybody else so much, and you can't live without and you know this, you can't live without the Bronx people around you.
Never.
Because they embolden you and build you up.
That's where the
else.
energy is, baby.
So thanks to Mike and Jackie who are here, and George will do the editing, and Josh is our production assistant. This actually gets right into what I wanted to start with, is that when I interview the artists before they come on the podcast, and so I'm prepared and we have an idea about them. When I interviewed Adrian, there was, I don't know what the word is, simpatico about the borough of the Bronx, the nature of music, and what we all need to do in the Bronx to do better. So I'm the official definition. He's a Dominican Reggaeton artist. Now, I didn't know what K meant. I'll ask you about that. A professional actor for film and TV. He lives, we were just talking about, right in the almost geographic center of the Bronx, just a little south of the geographic center of the Bronx. What does the Bronx mean to you, and why are you happy to identify yourself as a Bronx artist?
First off, thank you for having me, Gary. The Bronx means a lot to me. It means a lot to me because when I was growing up, I had some experiences here in the Bronx that shaped who I am today. And I realized as I got older that if I wasn't from the Bronx, I wouldn't be the person that I am. And when you're in the Bronx, there's an energy that people have here with the music, the community, the culture that stays with you, and wherever you go, you carry that with you. And you don't realize it until you start traveling to different parts of the world. So for me, the Bronx has completely shaped the person that I am, the ambition that I have, the desire, the perseverance, all comes from growing up here in the Bronx.
I'm supposed to be the guy with the words, but you just defined it. You defined it beautifully. And let's break that down. What was it that shaped you? I mean, were these, did you get mugged after school like I did once, or was it everything was just so glorious hanging out on the stoop, that kind of thing?
Unfortunately, not. I had some difficult experiences growing up. When I was a kid, I actually used to get bullied in school, and it wasn't a good thing, but it made me become strong. It made me actually start wanting to work out and go to the gym. Because
isn't that interesting? The negative thing
yes.
is what really pushed one of the most positive things in your life.
Yes, and it was it definitely made it stop. Because when I started working out and walking around the block, and the guys would see me and they're like, "Oh wow, he's looking like he might actually do some damage now." It stopped, so it was actually a net positive overall.
Wow, isn't that fascinating? Let's just talk about that, because I know fitness and health is a really important thing for you. So you made that discovery when you were younger,
yes,
that this is something I've really got to do. But as opposed to somebody who works out and stays in shape and everything, you have endorsed this as a concept, as a culture, as something you need to promote and deal with and do yourself. So let's just talk about, and get right to it, about you as a fitness person, instructor, trainer, and all the things that you've done?
Absolutely. So initially, it started as me wanting to just be strong. I wanted to be strong. I wanted to have that image of the guy with the muscles. And then eventually, I realized that as I got older, I started understanding that our body is our primary vehicle. Everything we do is here. And so it starts with our body. And so the better this feels, the more we can do. And as I've gotten older, I've understood that there's a lot of things I want to do in my life. And so having good health and good shape actually facilitates everything else. So I feel like it starts with this being healthy, and then you're able to do more the healthier that you are. You experience life to a different capacity.
Work out every day?
Every single day.
Every day you go to a gym, you do it in the house. What do you do?
I train at home, actually.
Train at home.
My living room is my gym now.
And you, Arina's shaking her head. Yes. No, it's adorable, and I like it. And yeah, I'm not sure that that's all positive. She's like, all right, enough with the working out. But which is a Bronx attitude. And you have a routine that you do and all that kind of stuff. Weightlifting. I mean, you.
Yeah. So I.
There you go.
Wow.
So I am.
I'm not doing that. I'm not going to show.
As I got older, I became a personal trainer. I became certified under the National Academy of Sports Medicine, and I also became a certified nutritionist. And so during that time that I was working with different people, I like to try different routines before I can actually endorse it upon somebody else. So I developed a lot of home workout routines, things that needed no equipment, minimal equipment. Sometimes I would go to the gym with people. So this allowed me to learn. My repertoire of exercises is I can make an exercise out of anything. And so now I make my own workout routines for myself to cater for what I'm looking for, which is just, I don't really want to be too big. I just want to have a strong, capable body that can move around in the real world.
And you have identified for us already that because you have done that, it makes you more productive, more creative, and all the other things. And the confidence thing is another thing, whether physically it helps or not. All right. It is, after all, the Bronx Music Podcast. You talked about the influence of music and the culture of music. What did you hear growing up that started the wheels turning? Was it early? Was it late? Was it with family, etc.? Don't worry, Arina, we'll get to you.
So it all actually started with my sisters playing music. I have three sisters, three beautiful sisters, and my big sister specifically, her name is Andrelisa. She would play music at the apartment. And
playing with instruments or playing like...
No, just like music. Like she would listen to things like people like the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, big pop culture. And then eventually I got into rock because the school that I went to, which was here in the Bronx, Lehman High School, the guitar instructor, his name was Dave Rose, and he was actually in a metal band. And he was our guitar instructor, so he would teach us rock music.
And you picked up a guitar?
Yeah, so actually the reason I picked up the guitar was I had taken a trip to the Dominican Republic, and there was a friend of mine that had a guitar there, and I'd never seen a guitar live and in person, and I immediately gravitated towards it. And I knew that this was something that I wanted to learn how to play. And so when I came back from the Dominican Republic that year, I was looking for a school to go to, and my mom found Lehman High School, and they had a guitar program. And immediately I was like, yes.
I'm sorry, I've got to stop there. So Mom understood that this was something that you wanted and needed to do. Was she a musician?
No, my mom was not a musician.
Not a musician, but she understood the value of it for you.
Yeah, my mom always told me, if you want to do something...
Love you, Mom. Thank you for doing that.
Gracias, Mami.
Shout out, Mom.
My mom always told me, you can do whatever makes you happy. And as long as you work hard for it, and you're able to take care of yourself at some point, then you can do whatever you want. She always facilitated. When I was growing up, she bought me my first guitar, and I still have it till today.
So you played music, played in a band, played on your own, listened to the record. I'm an old guy, so I talk about records. You listened to music and you tried to imitate it. And how did you actually do it? And folks, wait till you see him pick this thing up. You're going to really have a good time.
So my guitar teacher, he would actually allow the class to vote on songs that they wanted to learn. So we actually, in the class, had the ability to say, hey, we like these 3 songs, and everybody would vote, and we would actually start learning those songs.
Name one.
Yes.
What name? Oh,
Stacy's Mom. Stacy's Mom was the very first guitar song I learned how to play. And I drove my family crazy playing the riff over and over. I would practice for like 6 to 8 hours in the beginning. So my family would just hear me play Stacy's Mom over and over and over.
That obsessiveness, which we've already learned from your fitness, works for you.
It translated over to the music.
Translated over.
I would sleep with my guitar, wake up with her.
Sleeping with the guitar.
Yeah, I would tuck her in and and wake up and.
And he also calls her her. Yes.
Yeah. No, she's my baby.
My baby.
My second baby now, because this is my first baby now.
Okay. Well, I was going to mention it, but you brought it up. It's okay.
He's obligated to say that.
So anyway, so you really that was the thing. You just loved it, and and it said some like ending. There's something here that I've got to do.
Yes.
And did you start a band? Did you play in a band? Did you play on your own? Did you play in school concerts? What did you do?
So luckily, when I was in high school, one of the requirements was that we had to actually perform in front of the entire school twice a year. One in a coffee house setting, much like this, and the other one was in an auditorium where our whole families came over. So we would learn the songs for the guitar class, and then we would actually have to perform them live like a rock band, the entire class. And that was when I became really fascinated, being on stage and just being in front of all these people, and the people were screaming and cheering. And I mean, I get goosebumps just remembering it because it was amazing.
I just took a deep breath and I put my head down because we need this in every freaking school in New York City.
Yeah.
And if I keep talking about it, I'm going to cry because this is what we've got to do. We were actually in Washington Heights yesterday, and there was a school that has a wonderful music program. So during this outside street fair, art fair, the kids were playing, and it was just the most wonderful thing. And look at the result, right? This is what
it changed my life. Being in that program and being exposed to that changed my entire life.
So I want to, here we go. I picked this out of a magazine article. The most meaningful project I've worked on was a band I was in back in 2014 I know you know where I'm going.
Oh, yeah.
By the name of Quantum Split. They had a style of rock and hip-hop fusion.
Yes.
Welcome to the Bronx. That lit me up immediately. What was it about Quantum Split that really moved you from point A to point B? And now, you say 2014. Well, it's really 11 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Well, the very first time I saw the band, I saw a video of them, and they were looking for guitarists, and I heard the music, and immediately it was like that mix of rock and hip-hop. The energy from a rock concert mixed with the groove of hip-hop. And I saw it, and I knew that I immediately wanted to be a part of this band. So I auditioned, I got in, and within 3 months, we had auditions for record labels for Sony and Atlantic. We didn't go with the deals. We actually decided to do our own thing. We went the indie route. We got our own tour bus, and we got on the road. And we went to 38 different states, and I performed in front of hundreds and thousands of people. We performed at festivals. We performed at the Afro-Punk Festival.
Maybe this is a dumb question. Did it help your musical talent and ability more, or your confidence so that, wow, I can really do this?
All of
it.
Both.
All
of it. Well, being a kid from the Bronx, I had never had an experience that big because although I had done music before, I had never performed in front of that amount of people. I mean, one of the first performances we did was we got flown out to Rwanda in Africa, and we performed in front of 10,000 people. And I remember that was... At the time, I couldn't conceive how big that was, and I was scared and panicked, but it gave me confidence that I could do this, and it gave me, my music ability over time evolved.
So she took you around the world, right?
Oh, she took me around the world. That's what I'm saying.
Now, was it actually this guitar?
It was not this guitar.
Okay.
This one is from Japan. I bought it 2 years ago, and I brought it back with me.
All right, let's see. I'm pulling out of that magazine article. Together we toured the U.S., we traveled to Europe and Africa, performed in festivals full of thousands of people, appeared on television shows. I love this part. When you think of the phrase living the dream, that was it. My manager saw at the time in me a potential that I didn't see for myself. So even though you were doing this, somebody said, you know what, you're really good at this. And it was a revelation. You
Yes.
just address that and talk about that.
So sometimes we don't see how great we can be or how great we are. Somebody else sees it first. And they will believe in you and they will tell you. And if you trust them, then you will see it for yourself. So initially, my manager would tell me, like, I'm going to have you're already amazing at playing the guitar. I'm going to have you do all these other crazy things. One of the things he said, he's like, I'm going to have you one day jump in the air and spin with the guitar while you're doing a solo. And I was like, how am I ever going to do that? Well, fast forward, I trained to be able to do it, and I did it. And I saw the result that it had on the audience. And it changed, like, it really just, it made me realize what I was capable of being in this band.
I'm going to define it for you using your words. I got my first taste of freedom after becoming certified as a personal trainer starting my own business, I was able to create my own schedule and charge what I wanted. I'm getting the connection between the two. That
Yes.
one thing emboldened you
Yes.
and reinforced for you, despite the fact that we're sum totaling now, despite the fact that you were bullied as a youngster, but you found a way to embolden yourself. Then you got the confidence through music, and then you opened up a business that gave you the sustenance because, of course, this used to be called the Starving Artist Café. Now it's the Artist, but that, you get what I'm talking
Yes,
about.
I mean, you said it perfectly, Gary.
What is the key? This, by the way, these are nephews and nieces who are here today, right?
Yeah, my niece and nephew, my sister.
What is the K before reggaeton artist? What is that about?
So the K reggaeton.
You're educating me, by the way.
Oh, I got you, Gary. So K reggaeton is actually a mix of K-pop and reggaeton, and so the reason this project came about is because a couple years ago, I had the idea of starting to make reggaeton music because I was heavily influenced by. I was listening to Bad Bunny. I was listening to a lot of big reggaeton artists, and I went to meet my producer, which he lives here in the Bronx as well. He lives by Parkchester, and
Welcome to the Bronx.
yeah, welcome to the Bronx. Everything
Shout out,
happens.
Sean.
Everything happens here in the Bronx.
Where it's all here for you.
And he's an extremely big K-pop fanatic, and he was working on a K-pop production, like on a beat. And I came to the studio that day with an idea of doing my own reggaeton song, but I heard what he was making, and I was like, hey, that sounds amazing. Can I actually write to that? And he's like, yeah. So I made a reggaeton song over the K-pop beat that he was doing, and it worked. And we both looked at each other at the end of that.
You feel like you invented something?
Oh yeah, no, we pioneered something with that. I feel like we started a movement with that.
We're going to have you play, and of course, they hear this, they want to hear you actually play. I just want to bring Arina in, so kind for sitting and
Please.
waiting
Hello.
for us. What about his, you have a personal relationship, we don't need to get in that. What about his music that excites you as a singer? In the second piece we're going to do, you're going to sing, but what about what he does works for you?
That's
as
a really
musician?
good question. I would say, as someone who's totally not biased at all,
No, be biased. I like the guy too, so not like you do, but that's
yeah.
okay.
I would say that I love how genuine he is with his lyrics and how he really is trying to tell a story of all the genuine experiences that he's gone through, and that no matter what the result was, that he was true to who he was and, who the other people involved in, the story that he's trying to tell, and being like, at the end of the day, this happened, but I was true to myself. And just like his stage presence as well is just so captivating when he's performing, because it's just, you feel every emotion, that he's up there just not, giving, like half-assing it. He's just giving his all.
I have the word in my head that will help us all define it: authenticity.
Exactly.
It's not pretend. He is who he is.
Yeah.
He didn't say, well, I'm doing this, that, and the other, or whatever. Okay, so you're going to perform for us, and then afterwards you'll perform together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Do you want to give it a title or something, or you want to just go at it? What do you want to do?
So the song I'm actually gonna perform is actually the very first song that I put together with my producer, and it's a song called Mala.
Say that,
Mala.
Mala, like bad.
Yeah, like
Well-
okay, Gary.
Wow, bilingual.
I'm a Jewish Bronx boy. I'm hearing what's going on. You think I'm, so Michael Jackson called it bad, and here we go. All right, so here he is, ladies and gentlemen. AR or Adrian Reed? How do you want me to introduce you?
Oh, you can say Adrian Reed. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adrian Reed.
Artists, make some noise. SOS. So I'm from the Dominican Republic, and my music is a mix of reggaeton and K-pop and rock. So I hope you guys can join me for this first song. I want to make sure you guys know how to say this word right here. Can I hear you say the word mala? But I want to hear it loud. Mala. SOS. So when the chorus drops, I want you guys to join in with me, all right? We got that? Here we go.
Yo me le acerqué y a los ojos la miré, en la mirada yo sabía que mi labio ella quería y por eso la besé, ni permiso pregunté y ahora se va conmigo a recibir su castigo. Si ella es una mala, 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 ¿cómo dice? Mala, mala, mala. Y ella que era tu bebé y ahora me llama su rey. La dejaste ahí sola y ahora otro la consola. We're gonna do it one more time, you guys ready? Mala, 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 dale. Mala, mala, mala. Y ella que era tu bebé y ahora me llama su rey. La dejaste ahí sola y ahora otro la consola. Si ella es una mala, mala, mala. Me dice mala, mala, mala. Y ella que era tu bebé y ahora me llama su rey. La dejaste ahí sola y ahora otro la consola. Y ahora ella me llama porque me quiere en su cama. No me verás en las redes, solo en las cuatro paredes que ensuciamos noche y día. Porque si ella lo quería y le fallaste tú, ahora llegué yo y le voy a hacer de todo. Que se recorran los gemidos, que te lleguen al oído y que te cuenten sus amigos que quedaste en el olvido por ser un... Y ya no hay vuelta atrás, no la verás jamás, porque ella es una mala, mala, mala. Come here. I want you to sing it with me. Ella que era tu bebé y ahora me llama su rey. La dejaste ahí sola y ahora otro la consiguió. You ready? Ella es una mala, mala, mala. Y ella que era tu bebé y ahora me llama su rey. La dejaste ahí sola y ahora otro la consola. Tú te fuiste y la perdiste, no dejes de arrepentirte, que por eso se valora cuando alguien te da su cora. ¿Quién te cree que eres tú a despreciar el que te quiere? No importa cuántas mujeres en esta vida tú has visto, ella te da del infinito. Le quedaste chiquito y ahora llora. Ahora sufres sin perdón, llegaste tarde al aeropuerto y se te marchó el avión. I'm gonna need you to hold this for me, okay? Everybody give it up for Jay! Thank you guys, thank you so much.
Hey, that was fantastic. You can't do it without getting people involved. It's not only about you being able to play, it's about the show.
Yeah, as I've gotten older, I've realized that music it connects people. And especially in a live setting, I want people to experience actually being what it's like to be up here on stage. And the first time I actually did that was actually in Africa, in Rwanda. There was a kid down by the stage, and he was just reaching up like this, and I actually brought him up to the stage.
Just like you did here.
Yeah, and I brought him up to the stage, and he lost his mind, and like his family lost his mind. And after that, I saw the real importance of being able to connect, not just do your performance, but really connect with people. And ever since then, whenever I do my shows, I always do my best to not just perform, but just also connect.
I wanted to ask you about another aspect of your performing life. Is you're an actor,
yeah,
on film and TV. Talk a little bit about. I guess before we talk about the specifics, we can promote anything you want, but all of this together for you makes sense, so that you can be a musician, you can come out of the Bronx, and yet you're an actor. Talk about the art of it and why that works for Adrian Reed.
So acting is also another form of expression, just like music, and you create a character pretty much that you can tell a story with. And so just like music, you're telling a story. And acting for me began around the same time that I got into the band, because I was when we would come back from tour, we would have breaks in which we weren't doing a lot. And so I wanted to do something else. So I randomly found the gig where they were looking for a guy that looked like a rocker, me at the time.
Well, that was easy.
No, I sent my picture.
Not
and
a stretch, folks. So let's be clear.
Not at all.
And it was a background acting gig. It was like an extra, but it really wrapped me into that world where I saw like, oh my God, I'm gonna be on TV, and I met all these people, and I started asking a million questions, and that was the beginning of it. And then I started setting goals as.
There's this theory of in life about kind of, it's like Ophelia floating down the river in Shakespeare, and whichever direction it takes you. And you've been fortunate to be able to have the skills, to develop the skills, and do the things that really make you feel good.
I have been fortunate, and I will say something that is a testament to that. The apartment that I live in is the same apartment that I grew up in when I was 5 years old.
Wow.
And in that apartment, I've shaped it to be my workspace. I have my living room set up as my gym. I also do my auditions in one of the other rooms, and I practice my performances. Without that apartment, there's no way I could have had everything I have. So I'm eternally grateful for where I live.
Who doesn't love the boogie down? Let's see, you published your own book, Working Out Life, Developing Healthy Habits. And let's see, as a career, you have worked with many commercial brands like McDonald's, Starbucks, Cricket Wireless, Bose, which I'm a big fan of, Citizens Bank, and you've starred on Netflix's Dating Around, as well as Food Network's The Worst Cook in America. Are you the worst cook in America?
Oh, not anymore.
No.
Not anymore. So
She says no.
I enjoy his food.
All right. Arina, let's just talk about you, because we're going to have you participate in the next song. So you've been a musician all this time? I mean,
Yeah,
tell me a little about you and music.
Yeah, so I'm 25, turning 26. I've been a musician for 20 years now, which is crazy to say out loud. But yeah.
Especially because you're only 25 or 26.
Right.
I'm doing the math. It was pretty simple.
Yeah, so I've been playing piano since I was 6. I did grow up as a really shy kid, so I started singing when I was 10, but I would sing really quietly, like, and my mom was like, sing louder, and I was like, okay. So yeah, I grew up doing choir.
Again, mom inspired.
Oh, yeah.
We've been down this road
Yep.
before. Go ahead.
Yeah, she's my biggest fan. But yeah, so I grew up doing choir, and then
He has a little ways to go then, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, I grew up doing choir, and I took it very seriously when I went to high school and college. I joined an a cappella group, did professional choirs, competed all around the tri-state area. I don't know if you've ever heard of Pitch Perfect, the movie, but the ICCA's, that competition is actually real. So I got to do that competition as like a lead singer in my a cappella group. So that was an amazing experience, and that really shaped just me as a person. And I also grew up doing musical theater as well, which really shaped my
You've
personality.
really done a lot of music. Now, did you guys meet? We don't have to get into the whole relationship. That's your business. But they are holding hands, folks. Let's face it. Did you guys meet through music?
No, we actually, funny enough, the way that we met was a very good story. So we
I had no idea we were going there, but here we go.
We met in DR last year, like on the day of my birthday. So
There
we
you go.
just happened to.
That's too easy.
Yeah, that's too easy. Yeah, we just happened to bump into each other. And yeah, it was, we became friends after
And
that.
by the way, he's a musician and a guitarist,
Yeah.
and you're a singer. Boy, that
Yeah.
kind of works. So, who wants to tell us about the next track? Now, this is part of an upcoming album, or
This is your song.
your song? Go ahead. Tell
Yeah,
us about
so my song Circles, actually we wrote it together last summer, and this was right when I was actually starting to write music. So I've been a musician my entire life, but I haven't been songwriting all my life. So it was, something that came very organically. We just sat down in my living room and did like a...
We, him?
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
okay.
We sat down in my living room and we just did a random like freestyle session. I took the lyrics that I had, wrote them down, and then he came up with the guitar melody, and yeah.
It certainly would help a singer songwriter like you if you have a guitarist who's incredibly versatile. Like here,
Exactly.
while they were doing a little sound check, he's like, "Oh, let's do the bachata," and all of a sudden the room was transformed, and so that certainly helps in doing what you do. All right, so we're gonna. What's the name of the song? Is
Called Circles.
Called Circles, ladies and gentlemen. It is Adrian Reed and Arina Martin.
Yeah.
Okay, go
Thank
forward.
you.
Okay.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. turn. Held on to hope that one day you would learn. All these sensations we feel, I promise these things are so real. I tried to share a piece of me, but now I feel like I can't sleep, I can't breathe, I can't be. Now we stand in the dark, you pull me apart. I gave you more than I should have. Now we're so far gone, a part of my past. I thought our love could last, but I see now it's time to let go. Let go. Waited and waited for you, thinking you would change, but love without growth only stays the same. You said all the right words, but never followed through. I loved you regardless, but I lost me too. All these sensations we feel, I promise these things are so real. I tried to share a piece of me, but now I feel like I can't sleep, I can't be, I can't breathe. Yeah. And now we stand in the dark, you pull me apart. I gave you more than I should have. Now we're so far gone, a part of my past. I thought our love could last, but I see now it's time to let go. No, no. Don't think I need you, I don't think I need you. Don't think I need you, I don't think I need you. Don't think I need you, I don't think I need you anymore, anymore. I found myself when I lost you, and I'm better now. I hope you find what you're searching for somehow. I found myself when I lost you, and I'm better now. I hope you find what you're searching for somehow. Now we stand in the dark, you pull me apart. I gave you more than I should have. Now we're so far gone, a part of my past. I thought our love could last, but I see now it's time to let go. Thank you.
Woo! Listen, you guys sound great together. Now, Adrian, there's something new coming up at the Bronx Brewery, right?
Oh, yes.
This is April 17th. Everybody mark it down in your calendar. Excuse me, May 17th.
May 17th.
Yeah, April 17th. We'll go back in time. We'll do the time tunnel. No, May 17th, sorry.
Yes, the Fox and Kings mixed event, and it's an incredible event here in the Bronx. One of my favorite places, the Bronx Brewery. You do not want to miss this event. It's a fantastic place and a fantastic event, so we'll see you there.
We'll see you there. And this is the rejuvenation of a series that they had. What was it called? Mike D or something?
Mixed.
Mixed D.
Yes.
Yeah, right? Did I get that right? Mixed? Oh, mixed. You see?
Mixed. Yes.
Have an old guy deal with new technology. What's next? I mean, you've had goals. You say, hey, I wanted to straighten all this out in my life. And so the music happened. You got to be an actor. You've written a book. You've been on TV. You know, you're doing all kinds of things. Are there goals? Is there a next? Or we just float down the river and see which way it takes us?
Maybe get married. Maybe.
Oh.
Hey.
I always
You know, I could push that conversation, although it's not my place.
No, I'm a big believer in always having goals, because goals keep you grounded and keep you working towards something. And so the reason I've gotten to where I've gotten to is because I've managed to compound things on top of other things, and my day is filled with things that I want to work on. Right now, I'm currently working on building a bigger social media presence, and I'm also working on getting...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I can see you at the TikTok, Gary.
Yeah,
So I
okay,
can see you
go
on
ahead.
that.
100%.
And then I'm also, although I've been in the film industry for a long time, I have 3 commercial agents. I don't have a TV and film agent, so I'm working on getting that. That will...
Anybody home?
Anybody there? Anybody listening? And then
So you'd like to really expand what
Yes.
you've been doing.
Yeah, I wanna
even though, you know, it's a finished product. I mean, it sounds just great. Go ahead.
And then after that, in regards of the music, I'm gonna keep releasing music, although not at the same pace. I released a full-length album last year. This year, I'm gonna release some singles, and along with some music videos. And those are the goals for the year.
You play every day?
Music?
Music.
Yeah, every single day.
Every single day.
Every single day.
Like you sit down and say, okay, it's rehearsal time, or it's just she's always around, and you always just.
She's always there and she's ready. So I believe in having. I have a lot of things that I like to do. So I structure my day: training, studying, practicing guitar, practicing vocals, and then also spending time with.
People you want to
ladies.
spend time
Yeah.
with. There you go. Arina, you want to tell us anything about for you? More of the same? Do tell.
Yeah, so I'm actually looking to release Circles relatively soon. And yeah, I eventually want to work towards making an EP, because me and our producer have been working on a handful of songs that we're very, very proud of. Shout out, Sean, love you. But yeah, I'm just really looking forward to the rest of this year. And it's just really nice being with Adrian, who's really helped me grow as an artist. So yeah.
And as a person.
And as a
Gary
person.
inserted that. So this is a quote, I believe, from you. The art we create is a part of who we are, and money should not be a source of validation for it. The art should validate itself. After attaining financial freedom through acting, I was finally able to delve fully into music and invest it into the capacity I've always wanted. My message is, drum roll please, here we go. My message is to discover in yourself what it is that you can offer back to the world, because ultimately we are not just here for ourselves, to serve ourselves. We are here to serve others with whatever gift it is that makes us unique. He believes it's our responsibility to find out what that is and bring it forth into the world. You stand by that?
Yes, 100% every day.
And that goes back to really what Arina said, and I defined as authenticity. This is who you are. That part, all of the stuff I just read is not going to change. Anything else you want to mention before we end the program that we didn't ask you about or tell us about? Maybe not.
I just want to say thank you all for being here. It usually takes a team of people to make things happen, and I always like to make sure to give a shout out to the team, Mike, and Jackie and my sister and everybody here, and thank you, Gary. I always believe that together we can do more than we can do on our own. So thank you guys.
Thank you all. It's just been an absolute joy to have you here, Adrian Reed.
Thank you, Gary.
And Arina Martin.
Thank you so
much. We got to thank everybody. Listen, Elliot Glick, thank you, Elliot, and the artist, and Monica Glick, who keeps us all in shape. And we're going to enjoy Jenny's sweets, which she provides us with homemade pastries. Listen, DJ Mike, the best, CEO and founder of Sounds and Sirens. How about applause for Mike and for Jackie? And I've got to do a shout out of a friend of a lot of ours, And that's my buddy Fernando Michael, who I said, hey, Fernando, who you got lately who's doing pretty good? He said, I know this guy, Adrian Reed. He'd be great for the Bronx Music Podcast.
Shout out to Fernando. Fernando, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's it. We will see you all next time. I'll see you on TV. And, if the creek don't rise and the curtain don't fall, we'll be back next month. That's
Amazing.
it. See ya.
I'm boogie down like